Hello everyone and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel and welcome back to another Indie Spotlight, and we are here with the icon of sin himself, MJ Grayson. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm living the dream, as I said prior to this. Just getting moaned at all the time by people that hate life. But yeah, this is the first time you've been back for a while, and if I remember, internet connection wasn't the greatest time, if I remember the last time thinking about it.
Oh God, my internet was awful last time, and my laptop wasn't the best either. So you get the joys of a brand spanking new phone with a decent camera this time.
Yeah, and for some reason, you're not moving at all on my OBS. On your actual screen, you're moving. OBS, you weren't. There we go. You're now there. I can't be asked to restart this video. They'll have to live. But for anyone that's not recent to this, the UK Indie Spotlight is a kind of rip-off of This Is Your Life, where we go from how you got into wrestling all the way up to what you're doing now. So, the usual question, how did you get into wrestling?
Jesus, how far back do you want to go? How did I get into wrestling, or how did I start training?
No, as in, like, your first kind of wrestling memory, like, what kind of got you interested in wrestling? Yeah.
SummerSlam 1999. I'm going to age myself really bad. SummerSlam 99, it was X-Pac versus Road Dogg for the rights to DX. Is the first match I remember ever watching, which I would have been 10 years old. And then didn't really get into it much. Just my mate was into it, so we went and just watched SummerSlam was on. Paid no attention to it. And then Royal Rumble 2000. That was it, man. That's what set it off. There's stuff that happened in between, because I remember kind of being into wrestling by the time Royal Rumble rolled around, but it was 25 years ago, and I don't really remember it that well. So yeah, Rumble 2000 is the big one. I know a lot of guys my age say that as well, man. It's that street fight, Triple H, Cactus Jack, that whole promo leading up to it, the fight itself, like that match still sticks in my head. Not like the rest of the card was class as well. Like that tag team tables match with the Dudleys and the Hardys was fucking epic.
Yeah.
But you know, that street fight, man. That street fight is the one.
And that made you suddenly decide, you know what, this could be for me. Yeah.
Oh, straight up. I watched Rumble 2000. Just went, yeah, I want to be a wrestler. That's it. Done. 10-year-old kid. I'm going to be a wrestler. And then realised I don't know how to get into wrestling. And then by the time I was a teenager, didn't care about wrestling anymore. So yeah, I just realised 10 years. Royal Rumble 2014 was what got me back into wrestling, because I was like, oh shit, WrestleMania 30. I might catch up and see what's happening on Mania 30 this year. And started watching from the Royal Rumble up to the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Caught Rumble 2014 and went, this is all right, and started getting back into it. And that was it. I think I started training about a year after.
Yeah.
I went from there. So yeah, so I think 2015 I started training. I don't know if it was 15 or 16. It might have been 16, I'm not going to lie. I think I was 25. I just turned 25, so I started training in 2016.
And then the rest is history. That's the end of the interview, everyone.
That's it.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.
So, I didn't realise, because I've not spoken to you about this, you're a PWL kid, aren't you? I didn't realise that's where you started from.
Yeah. April 2016, I went to... PWL had a show in Warsaw, where I was based at the time.
Yeah.
Caught one of their posters in the town centre. I was like, oh shit, Sabu's wrestling in Warsaw. Like, why is Sabu in Warsaw? Where is it? Like, when? What? Couldn't convince any of my mates to go. Went down anyway, because I'm like, fuck it. I don't know when this guy's going to be back again. Turns out he was going to be back a few more times, because it's PWL.
Yeah.
Bumped into a couple of mates I hadn't seen in a while when I was there. Got chatting. Turns out one of them knows the promoter, knows Mad Dog, and it's like, you know they've got a school, right? Well, no. Yeah, the training school. Ended up getting introduced to the MC. Chatted to him about the school. Got the times. Turned up. that was it, man. April 2016, I started training. By September 2016, I think I was just starting to get onto their shows.
According to Cage Match, just so you were out, don't you? It's 2015. According to Cage Match.
Is it 2015?
Yeah,
wow.
2015.
Okay,
yeah.
I might have been wrong then. I'm out by a year. Jeez, mate, it's been a long time.
Your career's been prolonged.
You know what?
Yeah, the months are correct from what you're going from.
It's not that I've misremembered, it's that my maths is terrible. And yes, so April 2015, I would have just turned 26.
Yeah, you're forgetting it's 2024 now. Like, you forget that it's the new year.
I just turned 26. Yeah, so I was just turned 26 when I started training. So 9 years this year. Wow. That's terrifying. That Cage Match is incomplete as well, by the way.
They always are, yeah.
Easily 100 matches.
Alton Thorne, for example, has who do I had? I had Jack Bennett on the other week. The interview with him. He's only wrestled about 5 matches on Cage Match. He's been wrestling for 2 years.
He's in anything post PWL, so like 2018 onwards. He's fairly accurate. There's maybe like 5 matches missing, but like the PWL stuff, I wrestled consistently for them for the better part of 2.5 years, almost every week, and I think there's like 10 matches on there.
Yeah, they're really, but it's because it's updated by people who go to the show, so if they don't know the show, it's never going to be updated.
It's independently updated. Like, I'm tempted to send them a list, but I'd have to go back through 9 years worth of footage, and I don't know if it's really worth it that much just to get it on a list
eventually where you go
somewhere.
So your first training session, how did that go at PWL?
I spent the better part of an hour and a half learning how to bump, how to lock up, and I think I got as far as headlock and wrist lock. That was it. Didn't get in the ring. Didn't get in the ring at all. First session was very much just bumps, lock up, headlock, wrist lock. Second session was very difficult because, as it turns out, I joined the training school just as they got Juventud Guerrera down. The second session was a Juventud Guerrera seminar that I was not able to take part in because it was my second session. So I was off in the corner somewhere carrying on doing lock-up, headlock, wrist lock, and bumps. Yeah. And then it was my third session when finally, like, we got to open training at the end, and it was like, is there anything anyone wants to do? And I'm like, yeah, I want to take a bump in the ring. My third session, I want to take a bump in the ring. I need to know what it feels like. It fucking sucked. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Your body gets used to it. Obviously, you're Luke Douglas explained it best to me when I came back for a little bit. It's like riding a painful bike when you haven't bumped for a while.
Yeah.
You remember
it's like
it's still painful.
Bike. The bike was on fire.
So
you never forget that first one.
According to this, you debuted in a Rumble, like Battle Royale Rumble kind of thing, which was Money in the Bank Battle Royale
at the Robin 2. September 2015.
Yeah, the earliest one obviously said Cage Match quite complete. The one I can see is you in Darlington.
That would have been my second one. That was when they got Hardcore Holly down, and yes, I was in like a standard 30-man Rumble. My first match. Actually, that's a lie. My very, 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 very first time I ever got in a ring in front of a crowd, I was very much not ready, but it was when they did the Warsaw Arboretum, the carnival that was there.
Yeah.
And it was a Sunday. They'd been there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was scorching hot. It was about July, middle of summer. It was the last match of the last day. And Matt just went, we're going to have a Rumble. Can I go in, please? So, yeah, sure, fuck it. Knock yourself out. I got battered because it was my first time in a ring in front of the crowd, and they just beat the piss out of me because I was the trainee. It was like, I expected nothing less. It was very much a welcome to wrestling, trial by fire. That was fun. But my first like proper match that he booked me for, I think, was like an 8-man battle royal, proper like over the top elimination. Everyone starts at the same time. The Robin 2, September.
Yeah. Was that the Money in the Bank Battle Royale, was it?
Second.
Is the Money in the Bank Battle Royale?
No, I don't think it got like a stipulation or anything to it. It was just like it was just me. There was me, like 2 of the trainees, and a couple of his like more experienced guys, and it was just like a way to get us in front of a crowd and get us started. Like, just get us used to being in front of a crowd for the first time and things like that. So it was very much a just make sure like strikes are crisp. Make sure just don't shoot yourself. Just don't panic. Make sure your strikes are on point, and you're gonna get thrown out. Like, you're gonna get a couple of minutes just to get used to it.
Yeah.
Try and get used to the adrenaline. Yeah. That was my very, very, very first match. I've still got a video of it somewhere.
Which you'll have to send for the interview. And you weren't going by MJ Grayson at that point, were you? You were going from Saxon Cage.
Well, actually, before that, I was Omega.
Oh. Where did Omega come from firstly, then?
Omega Red, Marvel Comics.
Ah, okay.
The gimmick was nothing like Omega Red, the actual character, but I like the name. But yeah, that was like my first 10 matches or so. Saxon Cage came about. I wanted Jackson Cage.
Yeah.
And Mad Dog went, Saxon's cooler, and just changed it without telling me and sent me out.
When you heard it over the actual announcement that you're now Saxon Cage, he's like,
No, I saw him write it down on the run sheet. I watched him write it down on the run sheet and just went, okay. It's like, Saxon's cooler. Like, crossed it out and shut up Saxon Cage now. Sick. All right, cool. He. To be fair, like, I'm going to say some stuff like that. It's going to sound like I'm ragging on it. I'm really not, because at the end of the day, like, he went. There's your gimmick. This is what you're good at. This is how you look. This is how it's going to translate well to a wrestling ring. This is what'll work. Trust me. And I mean, like, for the better part of 2 years, I stayed with that gimmick, and it worked for those shows. It's just once I left PWL, I wanted it to be my gimmick rather than my trainer going, "This is what I think works for you." So I was stuck with a gimmick that I enjoyed, and name I wasn't keen on, but it was working on their shows, and I didn't want to change it. Well, if that broke, don't fix it. But the February 2016 was like my first proper singles match.
Oh, I'm going to ask you questions. That's good. Yeah, carry on.
Oh shit!
No, that was the question. That was the question. It's like, what's going to happen.
Yeah, see, it was just that train of thought. I thought we'd get there. February was my first proper singles match, and he literally laid the match out for me. So he was like, "Look, first singles match. I don't want you to. We're going to try and alleviate any panic. We're going to try and alleviate any nerves or anything like that. This is the match I want you to do. This is the gimmick I think you should run with. This is the name. The only thing you didn't do was I'll pick my own music because it's the one thing I'm good at."
What was your music?
So I think it was Obsidian by North Lane. No, Obelisk by North Lane. Obsidian hadn't come out by then. Obelisk by North Lane, which was too heavy for the gimmick because it was like a rocker kind of gimmick. Like a not a biker, because it wasn't really a biker. It was like a more of a 80s, not 80s, more like 90s rock kind of gimmick. So it ended up changing to like Metallica or Black Label Society at one point, which fit it way better. But you don't know it's not going to work until you do it.
No, yeah, and especially when you're early on in your career, it's the best time to check stuff like that.
I must have changed my music like 5-6 times for that gimmick easily.
Okay,
because test stuff out. I was a year into my career at that point, barely a year into training. Not even a career, like a year into training. I'm still figuring stuff out. I think I've changed my music 4 times since leaving there.
Okay, and with the singles match, how did you find it? You got your first time kind of, obviously, not having a massive battle royale or rumble kind of scenario.
Is this match on Cage Match?
I've got a match on Cage Match. It's slightly later, so I'm guessing it's probably not that one.
So it's not
this one's against Tommy Rose.
It wasn't against Tommy Rose.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who it was against because they forgot the match. So they were not helping my nerves because I get it because I'd known the match for like 2 days. I'd known what it was for 2 days, but I'm trying to plan it with him and call it to him, and he's just going, I haven't got it. Like, it's the simplest match on earth. I had to explain to him what the Tennessee was, which is a very, very common, like, old school wrestling opening sequence.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to him repeatedly what this sequence was. I'm like, how have you not got this? Yeah. But again, I'm not going to name names, but I felt like I was in there with someone at my level when I really wanted to be in there with someone better than me who could get me through the match.
No, so they weren't particularly experienced, were they?
I think they've been wrestling maybe, I don't know, 6 months longer than me.
Okay.
Maybe 6 months. I don't know when they started. But yeah, they hadn't been there a lot longer than I had. And in hindsight, like at the time, you just kind of get on with that situation. You deal with it then and there. Like in hindsight, when my first like proper singles match, ideally, I wanted to be in there with someone a lot more experienced who would know what to do when shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Which, from memory, I don't think it did. It wasn't a good match because I don't remember it. I'm just guessing it wasn't a good match.
Well, it was a 5-star classic, and you know.
Fuck no. But I couldn't remember how to do a Tennessee. That was definitely not a 5-star classic.
And then moving on from PWL, you once again cage matches your friend, but you won the PWL Midlands title.
I did. I was the penultimate PWL Midlands champion. Yeah.
Who did you win it from? Because according to cage match, it just appeared on you.
CJ Rose. Me and him had a bit of a back and forth. Like he was the more experienced guy that I should have had my first match with.
Yeah.
I ended up having a bit of back and forth with him towards the end of my tenure at PWL, where we were wrestling each other almost once a month, easily once a month, and then we got a bit of a feud going. And then eventually, Matt decided to have him drop the belt to me in Bilston of all places, which is now where I live. So yeah, I won it literally 5 minutes from where I am right now. I ended up dropping it back to him as well. So I don't remember how long I had it for. What's the month on cage match?
Going with, if we go by a cage match, it's 8th of July, 2016.
July sounds better, right? July sounds better, right? I had it for about 3 or 4 months then, because I think I dropped it in the November because I injured my back. So I pitched it to Max. I'm like, bro, my back is wrecked. I need to take time off.
Yeah.
I can't keep going. I can't get up and out of the chair comfortably. I'm done. So the plan was drop it back to CJ Rose. He's basically, we're going to do, I think it was like we're going to do like a referee stoppage finish. Like he's going to fuck my back over because it already hurts. It's not going to be difficult to sell.
Yeah.
He's going to like kayfabe injure me in this match. I'll disappear for however long it takes to rehab this injury and come back. And then me and him will have this big blow-off feud and whatever you want to do after that. Like if you want him to drop the belt back to me, if you want him to keep it and I'll chase it, or if you want to go to someone else, don't care. But me and him will have the blow-off when I come back. And then CJ retired. So yeah, I dropped the belt to him. And I think about a month later, he retired. So
that's how you end the feud, isn't it? If I disappear.
That's why I was the penultimate Midlands champion. If I hadn't dropped the belt to him, I'd have been the last one. But yeah, he was technically the last one.
What a scumbag.
Great guy. Really nice guy. Nice guy. I attended his wedding a couple of years later and he was like, I've got something for you. And he's like, you better not be that fucking Midlands belt. He's like, yeah. I'm like, it's fine. Keep it.
And then from PWL, I don't know if you debuted prior to anywhere else. I've got that you've moved on to QWE for a bit. Is that the first time you're outside of PWL?
PWL, yeah, same time as PWL. Yeah. So that was Steve, I can't remember his name, Crazy Steve. I can't remember his wrestling name. He works for Mad Dog a couple of times. Steve O. Stevens, that's the guy. He got kind of like working relationship with Mad Dog. So when he started QWE up, which was his own promotion, he started obviously using one of the guys. So I did a couple of matches for him as well, which was like the first time I'd wrestled for someone who wasn't Mad Dog.
Yeah.
No, I wrestled for Bobby Barrett once as well, but again, they got a working relationship with PWL.
Recently retired, he has as well, hasn't he? Bobby Barrett.
Yeah. Bob and Keith are both retired now, man.
Yeah. Match I've got here was it was yourself and let's have a look, Rusty Ricks, which is a fantastic name. I'm going to throw that out there right now.
He was in my first. He was in that 8-man battle royal at Robin 2
versus the Chemical War Machine.
Chemical War Machine. Oh, that was Dangerous Dave Pearson, and I can't remember who else.
Neither can cage match.
That's fine. I know one of them was Dangerous Dave Pearson.
Cage match.
I know one of them was Dangerous Dave. I don't remember who the other one was.
Okay, and how'd you find that? Like, was that your first match, or was that QWE, or was that just
no? The first one was a Rumble.
Yeah,
the first one was a Rumble for QWE. That might have been the second one. If I'm honest, bro, I don't remember.
Memorable.
It was like,
that's good.
What was it? 2016.
2017, 1st of April.
17. That was still 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6.5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Especially if someone that's had like you've been wrestling continuously for 6 years, it's kind of like random matches like that.
Yeah,
maybe
I've had very little time off, so unfortunately, I don't need to sound like I'm shitting on them because I'm not. They were class guys, but I don't remember the match.
Yeah, you can tell it's very much a PWL inspired promotion anyway, because you've got people wrestling there still like Sergeant Fury, Cal Silver, Danny Gold, people like that around.
Basically using the PWL roster under a different name. But the thing is, when the PWL roster, like, as good as they were, when you spend 2.5 years wrestling the same 10 people, the matches all blur into one.
Yeah, I've noticed that with PWL because we reviewed them for a little bit, and I enjoy the shows. They're very good shows, but like it's just the same. Like the roster is the same roster, isn't it? With the odd person coming in.
He will bring in the odd outside. Yeah, he'll bring in the odd outside talent. He'll book a legend, or he'll book like someone from TNA or Ring of Honor who's on a tour of the UK. But I wasn't at that level where I was going to be put against those guys. I was still working his core roster. So
Danny Gold and stuff,
yeah. I was always working like, Sergeant Fury, Danny Gold, CJ Rose. I can't remember his kayfabe name, but I can remember his shoot name. But I won't put his shoot name out there.
James Venom, Mr. Selfie. I don't know.
I never worked Mr. Selfie because we were both face.
Josh Harrison.
Yeah, shockingly, I worked as a face at PWL.
Yeah, I can't imagine you as a face.
No one can. Hopefully 2024 we might see a change, but
the rise of the face.
I was very much a white meat baby face.
He's the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
PWL for a very long time. So there were a few guys I never got to wrestle just because we never really changed.
They never really did like a face versus face kind of match. Yeah.
Changed alignment much. But yeah, it's the matches. I remember bits of some of them that stick out that I thought were quite good spots that went well at the time. Others, some generic matches, they blur into one at this point because again, like you said, it's been like 7 years nearly. It could have been one of any number of matches I had with them.
Yeah, as I said, you did kind of cycle through the same people continuously. So if I mentioned like a Danny Gold match, you've had like 7 here that I can see in a row. So it's kind of like it's fair enough.
Yeah.
So obviously you were wrestling for QWE and PWL for a lot of that mainstay, and then in 2018, you may have put in other places. Once again, as I said, gauge match is very limited. MBW.
Nothing but wrestling. The guys to give me my first opportunity outside of PWL or QWE. Cut a long story short, I started going to Fight Club Pro shows. But I went to DTTI 2017, like the first DTTI, because they got. Yeah.
I was there as well.
British Style versus the Elite. It was the first wrestling show I'd gone to outside of PWL ever.
Okay. It's a big step.
Because, well, I got Pentagon, and at the time I was a massive Pentagon mark. So I'm like, this is literally the only show he's doing within a fucking 100-mile radius. For God knows when I'm going to the show, and I was blown away.
Prime Pentagon that was as well, wasn't it? Or that area, the prime like Lucha Underground kind of, yeah.
Some of the other matches on the card, man, they still stick in my head. Like there was the triple threat on that show that was
Leo Rush randomly appearing. Yeah, it wasn't even booked, was he? And he was just, oh, there's Leo Rush. So,
there else was the opening scramble as well. That was like, it was supposed to be a 4-person opening scramble, and then Nixon Newell shows out of nowhere, and you're like,
yeah. And then I can remember like Mark Andrews and Angelico jumped off the side of the. Yeah, it was
FSU versus Angelico and
Jack Evans.
Yeah.
It was such a good event.
That was the first wrestling show I'd been to outside of PWL.
You picked a good one.
And just went, what the fuck is this?
No disrespect, but what's happening?
yeah, like it was eye-opening. And then found out they got training school, and decided then that that's kind of the direction I wanted to be going down. I had a bit of a. It's going to sound really bad. I had a car crash in like 2018. I was fine. Like, someone rear-ended me on the motorway.
Oh, okay.
But again, fuck my back completely. Fuck my back, my wrist, my shoulder, neck. I had to take a lot of time off. Did a lot of thinking in that time. So the smash was in the March.
Yeah.
I think in the June, I messaged Mad Dog and I'm like, look, I'm really sorry, but I want to go and train at these other places. I want to go and see these other shows. I feel this, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to get a chance to do it. And that was it.
Was Mad Dog very open to you, kind of? Was it because it seems like PWL is the kind of place where you have to be in PWL? They're not very open for other places. I don't know if that is, from what I can see from the outside. Like, I know nothing from the inside.
I don't want shit on them, but it is very much like that.
Yeah, no, like I said, I enjoy PWL. There's no, it's just, it seems like you don't see them very much outside of there, do you? Like, you don't.
You train there, you do their shows, that is it. Like, I got heat for going to the Fight Club show. Not off Mad Dog, I will say that. I didn't get any heat off him for going and watching other shows, but I got heat off some of his boys for it.
For watching another show?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I know, this is what I'm saying, like, I don't want to say, like, it wasn't something that I got from Mad Dog directly. He never once gave me shit for going and seeing other shows or wanting to train elsewhere. Some of his boys did, and that really rubbed me the wrong way. So, yeah, I knew then once I was going to Fight Club, and eventually I found Kamikaze as well after that, I knew I wasn't going back. Because I could not deal with the shit I was going to get for it.
Well, yeah, because you've got to go around places. You can't just be stuck. Like some people are just happy to be at one place and that's it. But like,
that's cool.
Ambition.
That's cool, man. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem with that at all. You do you. We had a seminar with MVP while I was at PWI, and it's like, there's 3 kinds of wrestlers. There are guys that want to get to WWE. There are guys that want to just travel as much as they can and wrestle as much as they can and work for as many promotions as they can. And there are guys that are happy just to do it on a weekend every once in a while. I'm like, I don't care which one of them you are, but you need to understand which one of those you are.
Yeah, you can't be a mixture, can you? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fuck about with it. And like, I'm not going to WWE, bro. If I'm 35 this year,
There's still time.
I'm not. No, it's not.
It only takes one weird spot.
Isn't the goal, and my goal is to get on better UK promotions, maybe get some overseas bookings. Like, I want to be in the second lane. I want to be the guy who's working anywhere and everywhere he can and getting those decent shows and helping the local scene and helping the scene over here. And I knew I was going to get heat for going to another school, so I knew I wasn't going back. And that was it, man. I went to Fight Club and found out Kamikaze trained in the same unit on the opposite days, on the opposing days, and joined there as well, and was training 4 days a week and fucking loving it. Because I got into Fight Club, my first day in Fight Club, I walked in and I watched Amari run a spot and went, oh shit, I don't know anything about wrestling. I watched him run one match. I walked in going like, yeah, I'm a 2-year vet. I've had like 100 matches. I'm all right. And then watched Amari run one thing and went, I know fuck all.
Amari's a freak of a person as well, isn't he, though? Like, he's wrestling-wise, he's a freak.
The thing that gets me is he's so nice and humble about it as well. Like, you'll have to go, like, whoever's taking the lesson will, like, do something that will go, nah. And Amari will go, nah. And then nail it first time.
And a smile, and yeah, just like... Such a nice guy.
He is, man. He is.
But yeah, MBW, Corey was the guy that ran that, wasn't he?
Yeah, Corey Johnson.
I think Adam Idol was involved at some point, if I remember, or something.
Yeah. It was him, Adam Idol, and I can't remember his tag partner's name. Oh god,
Eddie Woods.
Mine's gone. Eddie Woods.
Yeah.
He was Adam Idol. Yeah. I got put in pre-show battle royal. Just because I got people there who knew who I was and kind of put a good word in for me and managed to get in the pre-show battle royal. And then from there, got a couple of bookings off the back of that as well.
Yeah. Well,
that was actually my first interaction with my now current tag partner.
Ah, okay.
Me and Cal in a spot in that rumble.
There we go. The beginning.
Yeah, he fucking choke bombed me. He eliminated me from there, choke bombed me and pinned me.
And that's when you decided, you know what?
I could get on with this guy.
How dare you? The first proper match I could see, because obviously you had like battle royals and stuff. You wrestled Luke Douglas.
Yeah, it was me and Luke. It was the second Nothing But Wrestling show. It was me versus Luke Douglas. I think we were on like second or first. I can't remember. But he wanted like a proper face-face affair, which I'd never done before. I'd never had to wrestle face-face.
Second? You're on, yeah. If you disregard the dark match, yeah.
Yeah. I wrestled Luke, who I hadn't really known that long either then, because I'd been at Cammy too long at that point. But I knew, obviously, he was like one of Cammy's top guys.
Yeah.
So I let him lead. I absolutely just let him take the lead. He's been wrestling longer than me. Like, I was like, I'm at my depth already. I will listen. I'm at your behest here. Like, I don't remember it being a bad match. I don't remember it being a particularly good match, but I was still finding my feet, like, as to who I was away from PWL. Like, I consider my career in like two sections. There's like a PWL and a post PWL era, and I suppose maybe like a post COVID era as well. But that like 2018 to 2020, I still consider myself green as fuck.
Yeah.
Even though I've been wrestling years.
Yeah, it's like you said, though, because you were kind of stuck in the one kind of trainings and like doing the same thing over, then obviously suddenly doing something new, it's obviously you suddenly know what's happening.
I'm wrestling guys, man. I'm wrestling guys who are way better than me. I'm wrestling guys who I've never met and never spoken to before, and now I've suddenly got to get this rapport with them in the ring, and it's hard. it's hard.
Yeah, and then, so obviously you wrestled a lot for NWABW, and then you, do you remember how you debuted for Kamikaze?
Yes, I do. Kamikaze Pro Live 16. James put me in a tag. Well, I'll tell you, put me in a tag. He's like, I want to use you and Luke as a tag. I'm like, cool, this is the debut. It's going to be the Picky Poison match because it was Sean Devine and Hammer Healy run feud. Mm-hmm. They'd got Picky Poison where they could pick each other's opponents. And Hammer Healy, being the heel of the feud, picked his protege Luca as that, and then neglected to tell Sean Devine that it was a 2-on-1 handicap, and I was going to beat the other person, and I ran in and booted him in the face, and I made it a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the birth of Second to None that was as well, wasn't it?
Second to None. Yes, it was. We started tagging. Hammer was doing the single stuff. We were doing the tag stuff. And we brought in Lucy once she started with Kamikaze as well.
Yeah.
We were around Tappington until pretty much until COVID hit.
Yeah, it's pretty much. And you had that. The main rivalry of that was yourselves against the Heroes Next Door, weren't it?
Yeah, it was the four of us against like Kieran and Al and Lacey and Kieran McQueen sometimes. I think Hass was in one of them as well.
Yeah, Sam appeared randomly as well.
Sam Hughes was still a face as well. It was basically the four of us against like their biggest white meat baby faces. Like we did a lot of good work with that group, man. Like it was fun times. Like, but it was, I think, more than anything, it fostered the friendship with me and Lucy. It was very much like I could tell she was where I was a couple of years ago. Like, you're also very new to this, because she was coming from CPW.
Yeah, same kind of vein, isn't it?
PWL.
Yeah.
So I saw like very much you are now where I was 12 months ago. And then she just fucking rocketed past me because she's class.
Yeah, Lucy Lee's incredible. She has the kind of, she's really good technically while she can strike, but then also she's got that kind of character of being like, when she's a heel, she's a massive dickhead.
Yeah. She's got one of the best minds for psychology that I've been around for extended periods of time. Like, there are guys, I've met guys with really good psychology, but she's one of the ones that I've really spent a lot of time around who's got psychology fucking down. And then she hits like a freight train, which not a lot of women do. So, like, if she's hit me, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Again, I've had guys not hit me that hard.
Yeah, she does like she can lay it in. And like Kamikaze, at that point you were wrestling. You got to wrestle people like the Hunter Brothers.
Yeah, man, I fucked that
incredible.
match up royal.
You did what?
Yeah, bro. I got so in my head about that match because obviously Jim and Lee are hands down, not even talking about like 2018 Hunter Brothers to this fucking day. Jim and Lee are two of the best guys in the UK, hands down. Like, and just some of the nicest guys I've met in wrestling.
Silly nice.
Especially because they were taking a lot of the sessions we were training at as well. So I was so excited to wrestle them, and then realised I am in complete dog shit shape physically, and I need to try and get in good shape for this match. I don't have a lot of time, so I went completely keto for the day of the match. I had like 0 carbs, so I could kind of like all the water would come out of me and kind of trim up a little bit, and I wouldn't look great, but I'd look better than normal. And as it turns out, that was a really bad idea to try and wrestle the match on 0 carbs with no energy and could not remember a fucking thing.
Doesn't sound like the smartest plan, I'll be honest.
In hindsight, it was fucking terrible. In hindsight, I've had better ideas, if I'm honest.
There's probably worse people to be in the ring with, though.
Yeah, I'm glad it was them, because if anything messed up, there were times where I just went, "Where are we?" And like, we're doing this. I'm like, "Yeah, sick." There were worse people to be in the ring in that moment. Yeah. This is what happens. I'll get that big match and I'll go, no, I need to make drastic changes to be better, ready for this match. And yeah, I thought completely cutting out carbs and trying to look a little more, not beefy, I'd have looked a little more shredded, if anything. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea. And then turns out by the time I'd finished work, left straight and went to the venue because it was a Friday night. I was knackered. I was done. I've got no energy. I don't know carbohydrates. I was fucked. I've got no energy. I've got brain fog. Like, they planned the simplest tag match on earth, and I could not remember it for the life of me. It was a Friday night. It was an 11-match card, and it finished with a roulette rumble. And I came back from the tag match. I was like, I'm fucked. Take me out the rumble. I'm done. Oh, this isn't happening. And then a couple more matches went on, and I just went, fuck it, put me in. I'll do it. And I think I've got
good grief.
11 matches on Friday night. 10 matches in a Rumble on a Friday night. We got out there late. But yeah, I took myself out of the
10 matches in a
Rumble,
Rumble, yeah.
sat down, chilled, got some food in me, and went, fuck it, I'll go back in, put me back in. For anyone who doesn't know, the Roulette Rumble is coined the Roulette Rumble because it is legit shoot drawn by the audience.
Insanity.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
We know the final four. Like, how deep can I get into the workings of this without like breaking too much?
I think it's been explained that sometimes you don't even know the final four half the time.
I've been in several of these Roulette Rumbles, and they are some of the most fun matches I've ever had, bar none. But we will go in knowing the final four, and that's it. We don't even know who's over. We don't know the draw entry. We know nothing. James literally gives you instructions as you're going through the curtain. And then to get the winner, like, he will tell the ref, and the ref will relate to us mid-match. He basically goes, here's the final four, figure out four finishes, knock yourselves out. See you out there, buds. I think I pulled out second, and I got half a boot on. Because I was wearing a proper I got proper like ringside laced up boots. I wasn't on kick pads and like fucking Adidas boots at this point. And my music's going, and I'm trying to lace up this boot half out of my head because I haven't eaten all day, and I've just wrestled with Hunter Brothers. It's a good night.
Like, there's people in this as well. Like, this was one of them shows where it wasn't just full dojo either. You had people like Cat Von Cage and Niwa and people there.
That's it. Like, that era dojo show was really good because that was when he was really pushing, like, bringing in more experienced guys to bring up his trainees. So, like, he put Niwa in there. He got Endikara and guys like that over. Doris was on him a lot. Yeah, that was some good shows, man. I love the Cadbury Club era of that. Like, some of my best matches, not some of my best matches, but some of my most favourite matches.
Yeah, it's sad they burned down. Like, it's just insane that just out of nowhere it's gone.
Fortunately, is what it is. I did love that venue. I had some good times there.
It was one of my favourite venues there. So you're moving on from that. You turned up Brothers. You then started kind of branching out even more. So you debuted for WF, wrestling for Civic, which you look like you're confused. So let's do that. Wrestling 4, they're called.
Oh, Wrestling 4.
Yep.
Wrestling 4. I blocked that out for other reasons.
But yeah, you debuted for them. You debuted for EVW.
Yeah, I did a one-match Revolution.
Yep. With a good old-fashioned, a few No Mercy wrestlers, I believe, that were in there, which Oliver Sudden and King Kelly.
King Kelly, and it was a three-way dance. It was elimination, triple threat, King Kelly and Oliver Sudden, who are now, like, Ollie's one of my good mates now, and obviously Keen's smashing it at BCCW.
Yeah, Keegan's fantastic.
Keen's
one of these people that is deceptively big. Like, you don't look, and then you suddenly realise, hold on, he's about 9 foot tall.
I'm tall. Like, I'm tall. He's fucking tall. He's taller than me.
And he's big as well. Not like big as in like fat or anything. Big as in like a brick.
Yeah. It was weird being in that match and being like the shortest, smallest person in it, which I'm not used to. It was me, Oliver Sudden, and Kean Kelly, and I'm the small guy. To be fair to those guys as well, they took it well, because as far as they knew, until I turned up, they got a singles match.
And you seem to be like around this point, you were wrestling a lot of people we've interviewed. We've interviewed Oliver Sudden, he's been on the channel.
Spent a lot of time with now.
EWE as well. You wrestled Next Level with Antonio Gonzalez and Tom.
Oh yeah, let's go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was that triangle tag match.
Yeah, yourself and Alex Cupid versus Next Level and David Eaton and Joe.
David Eaton and Joe Montes. David Eaton's class, man. Kind of gutted. I think he kind of faded out after COVID, but he was fucking awesome. He should have been everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people did, didn't they? Like Cole, obviously, we'll get to that point. He's wrestling a bit now, but not like. It's a lot for EVW, and he wrestled.
That's one.
Him in a tag match recently. Yeah, so he's around, but he's not as active as you can see. Yeah,
he should have been everywhere. He was class.
But yeah,
that was a decent match for like a triangle tag match. They're not the easiest put together, but that went together quite well. That was a decent match. I remember. I had a pin on that as well.
Yeah, and that was pre Antonio Gonzalez going mental and becoming a deathmatch fat boy.
Deathmatch. Yeah. Tag wrestler. Probably put on a load of size and started doing death matches.
Yeah, we had him on, and it was just like the way he explained it. He was just saying, "Oh yeah, now I'm doing death match." Like, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, you kind of branched out a lot at this point. Obviously, you were still wrestling for Kamikaze. The second to none rivalry was still ever growing. You had matches.
Starting to HCW at that point as well.
Yeah, literally. You saw next brought up.
Yeah, I say a lot of the early stuff for APW is an odd cage match, so I'll slip it in there because again, Tweak helped me out a lot when I was first coming in because I'd used to just turn up to shows. I'd tell him like, do you need a hand or anything? I'd just be at the shows like to help out, and he would end up just putting me on. So he did help me out a lot when I first started. And again, to this day, like we ended up having a really good run with them. 2022. Me and Cal with the tag, and then we're back there as well now. So I'm excited to see what that's got with it as well.
Oh yeah, look, we'll get there, but you are having a good time in APW. The first match I could see on here was it was yourself in a 6-man tag. We say it's Ashley Dunn, Jack Ball, and yourself versus Kieran McQueen, Luke Douglas, and Xavier Kildare.
I had a couple of matches before then, but yeah, that was the match where we brought Luke Douglas in the last second. Just because I can't remember who it was supposed to be, who dropped out. But we had a guy who couldn't make it, and I was like, okay, look, I know somebody might be nearby, we can maybe get him on a train and get him out. And I messaged Luke, and I was like, do you want booking? Like, yeah. Picks him up at the train station. And it was the match where, I don't know if you ever went to the old APW venue.
Never been. Yeah.
It was a martial arts centre. So it was a big, open, like padded, massive martial arts gym. And they've got like a viewing area. So you go upstairs, you've got the gym, and then there's a little balcony where they've got hard cam, and you could have a couple of the guys sit up there and watch the matches. Jack and Luke went off it.
Of course.
Of course, fucking did.
Luke, the man that wasn't even booked in the match.
We found out about the booking literally hours before we were going out, and fucking, of course, him and Jack Ball are mental. Fight spill, match spills to the outside. We brawl round. They go upstairs. We have them off the balcony. For a laugh, I think we're on. I think we opened.
It's a way to open the show, isn't it? What we're going to do.
Pretty sure we opened it.
And then, like, just random people. You like Kamikaze said, like they used to have a lot of people. Like Deadly Sins were just appearing on dojo shows at that
Deadly
point.
Sins were class, man.
Yeah,
I missed the Deadly Sins guys.
Really good wrestlers.
They came over, like they stayed here, so obviously they trained Fight Club and Kamikaze, and Kamich put them on instantly. I think we had their main roster debut against them.
Yeah, like really great.
2018.
Yeah, and like to bring up now,
wrestled a few times.
Luca just disappeared after the pandemic, didn't he? He didn't really wrestle.
Yeah. There's a specific thing that happened in between that era that probably just for the best that he didn't come back.
Fair enough. I'm glad I didn't randomly around that. I didn't know of this.
I'm not going to go into details. We all know what happened in 2020, and we all know why some people didn't come back. I'm not going to leave it.
Never knew that. Let's move on. But yeah. So yeah, so around at this point, you're APW. You're having a few matches with them. Then obviously the last match I could see before the good old time that happened in 2020 was Kamikaze Pro Live 24.
8-man tag.
Yep, 8-man tag.
Deadly Sins, Chantel and Brandon against Second to None.
Yep, the 4 of you, which obviously it's nice that's the way you went out, the 4 of you. And you won as well, which
we did.
Big surprise that is from there.
Yeah, Brandon got injured. That was fun. It was. I remember that match specifically because we kind of played up the whole COVID thing a little bit, coming out with like hand gel and air disinfector, and it was. Start of the match was like I was going to go and lock up with Josh from Deadly Sins, and he goes to sneeze, and I shit out and tag out, and so there was a lot of shenanigans in that. And then unfortunately, Brandon ended up getting injured when he took a really hard buckle, cut the back of his head towards the end of the match, and it was really interesting being in there with 6 other people when Brandon was key in the spots at the end of the match, and he's out, he's gone, and we're like, fuck do we do now?
At least you had a couple of proper experience kind of guys to go, this is probably what we prefer
Yeah,
along at that point.
The other guys very much took control of that situation. I don't blame them. They were the most experienced guys in there by far. And as soon as I heard Kane calling stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah, that's what I like about people experience. Like when they do take control, it's not like they could have just let it burn. You know, it's like
you kind of have to in that situation. Like I was still a couple of years away from being able to be that person. Like even now, certain situations, there's still people who would be better than me, but I feel a bit more confident that I could. In certain situations, I could still take that control.
Pull it from the fire.
In that situation, nah. Deadly Sins with the vet there, man. Hands down.
But yeah, we'll move on to, obviously, as we kind of bring up the wrestling at this point. So the pandemic happened, so we kind of discuss stuff outside of the wrestling. So you're into music. You're in a band.
Yes, yes, I am.
Tying to your Daisy, who we mentioned on the BCCW review. We're going to have your music in our intro.
Hey.
You've allowed us to do that, and you're the first person we thought of. Did you get to see much of the tier list of the video when I'd explained what I said to DP about your music?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched the video.
It's the favourite thing in the world because I was going like, there's a few I want to get someone that's got, or it's a wrestler's band. I want like that's a wrestling podcast, so it'd be best to have a wrestler's band on. I was like, we can get Tomby on, but he's proper like death metal screaming. And I explained it. I went, I hadn't listened to your music that much, and I explained it to DP, and I was like it's hard, but it's not like full on.
It's heavy.
And then we got it on and stuff like that. And I went, oh yeah, MJ Grayson's happy to do it. And he went, oh, at least it's not the death metal. And I went, eh. And he went, what have you done? Because he literally said that he'd leave if it's really hard. And I went, what have you done?
No,
and I played it.
Went, you don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not death metal.
Yeah. It's not death metal, but it's my kind of music. But he was like, oh, what have you done? I went, nothing.
Nothing.
But there'll be a clip randomly sprouted right now. But yeah, thank you for allowing us to have it on. We've already agreed this prior. And we're getting the bastard, who everyone's familiar with from our reviews, to do an intro for us. So we're going to merge them two together.
Nice.
So how long have you been in the band?
2017.
And how did it kind of come about?
Yeah, January 2017. I've been in band since I was like 14 years old. I started playing bass when I was 13. And then it was literally just the project that I was in at the time ended, and I put an advert out looking for a band, and they got in touch, and that was it, man. That's literally what it was. Went to a rehearsal and went, yeah, this is sick, I'm in.
And it's been going ever since.
Yeah. Like, one EP released, stack of singles, another EP after that, and then albums in the works.
Okay. And is that kind of, obviously, that genre of music, is that your kind of genre? Are you kind of branch out kind of guy?
Hands down. No. I don't like... I'm open to a lot of stuff, but I have favourites, and that genre is hands down like number one.
Okay. Who are your kind of favourite artists?
At the minute, I'm very much into Invent Animate, North Lane, Tesseract, Fleet Token. Yeah, they are all like Thornhill as well. Yeah, listen to any of them and then listen to my band and you go, yeah, I get it.
See the vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the mixture because I like the clean vocals and then there's a bit of screaming and then obviously it's hardcore. I like that kind of vibe with it.
One of the things that like sold me on them as band, especially after like in the rehearsal when I saw, because the clean vocals and all the really fucking complicated lead guitar lines are the same guy, and he's a phenomenal. Like how he will sing a chorus while sweep tapping the lead at the same time, and I've been playing 20 years, and even I go, how the fuck are you doing this? He's a different breed.
And then, like, outside of music, you're kind of movie fan at all?
I've been known to. I don't get a lot of time for it anymore, unfortunately. With wrestling, music, and the gym has kind of consumed most of my waking hours, so I don't tend to keep up as much as I'd like to anymore. But yeah. I haven't really got. This is the thing, because I'm not. I don't watch a lot of TV or shows or movies as much as I'd like to. I don't really have specific like go-to genres or things, which is a shame. I'm still big on my horror. I'm still big on my comedy, but yeah, I find it difficult to keep up with a lot of new releases and things like that.
What's kind of like go-to film for you? Star Wars,
yeah. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but I haven't watched the Bad Batch. I haven't seen all of the Mandalorian. Like, I physically cannot keep up with the stream of content that's coming out at the minute. Like, just give me the movies. I'm happy. Give me some of the movies, and I'm happy.
I struggle with a lot of TV. It's the same with Marvel.
Give me Attack of the Clones. We're going to have words.
Yeah, it's the same with like Marvel and like the amount of TV series that come with the movies now. It's kind of.
I watched track of the Marvel movies, man. I was hot on Marvel up until like probably around Thor 2. And then I missed Thor 2 and went, what the fuck's happened?
Now there's Thanos and what's happening?
Like, I've read the comics and stuff, so I could kind of get a grasp on the overarching story. Like, I kind of knew the saga they were going down, but I didn't see Thor 2 in the cinema, and then saw I think I saw Iron Man 3 or one of the other ones, and went, what have I missed?
This escalated quickly.
What the fuck's happened there?
And do you have any other kind of hobbies at all, or is it just the three you mentioned, music, wrestling, gym?
That's all the last 18 months has been. I've been either at a wrestling show, a gig, or in the gym. That's all it has been. Like, my focus the last 18 months has very much been. The gym has come about through the need to just kind of finesse that look in the ring a bit more, because I was looking at some promo shots and went, oh fuck, I'm out of shape. So I had to go, for a pro wrestler, you've got to look the part to a degree.
It's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So I got in the gym big time, sorted my diet out, and yeah, that has taken a long time. People don't realise how fucking long that takes, man. I've been with a PT for the better part of a year, and I'm only in the last 3 months have people been going oh fuck, you've put a bit of weight on, you put some size on, you've slimmed down a bit. I'm like, yeah, it takes that long.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, I did. There is always that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, but that's the bit of how long it takes is always in my head. Out loud, I'm
just suffering, just thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, while I appreciate your words, I'd really like a double cheeseburger.
Before we go back to the wrestling, we have some few questions that normally get lambasted in. One that's always on every channel, every video is movie of your life. Who would play you?
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, some poor bastard. I don't know. Who's a really nerdy, not that good actor? Can we age Tom Holland by 20 years? I'll take that.
So over that, you could young J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, let's fucking go with that. Let's get Tom Holland around in 2044 and then get him to do it, because he might be about right then.
He's not an actor, but you just suddenly popped in my head, and you might take offence, you might not. Do you know? Oh, is it Wrestle Talk? Is it Wrestle Talk? Pete Quinnell, the guy from Wrestle Talk. Last time I looked for a picture of him. To be fair, it's probably just he's got short hair and a beard. That's probably what it's got.
Probably just named half of Brit Refs.
Yeah, it's like when people go, "Oh, you look like him." Oh, you got long hair and a beard. That's right.
It's definitely a look.
And a random one is obviously BDK, which we'll bring up and discuss a bit more. If you could have anyone join BDK, just anyone, no one.
Not happening. It's not ever happening. It's four of us, and it will only ever be the four of us. That is it.
There we go. That's nice to hear. It's nice, so even if The Rock pops up and goes hello.
This is the thing. The Rock. This is the thing people don't get. BDK didn't start as a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
it didn't start as a wrestling thing. It started as an outside wrestling thing, and we became mates. And then went, oh, we're all wrestlers. We could maybe translate this into a wrestling like stable. It wasn't ever about wrestling. It was, we were all in fucking lockdown. We were all miserable, and we all had that group chat as an outlet, and we all chatted to each other, and we all, we bonded through that. It was never about wrestling, and it's not just something someone can join. You can't just be, it's literally, without using the term, like overusing the term, it's a family. You can't just, you're just going to marry into it. You have to be there from the start.
That's incredible. We might as well go into it now because it was going to be the follow question. So how did it kind of like...
That's what it stands for.
Yeah, how did it kind of get into? How did you kind of all come about?
We were all just like, so obviously I knew Cal and Lucy through just the circuit, like tagging with Lucy and being in a couple of matches with Cal and just knowing each other from being around on other shows. And then Bevan had come over to one of the Kamikaze shows. Bevan and Bishop had come over. And to one of the Kamikaze shows. We'd cross paths in other ways and things like that. And, you get thrown in random group chats on Facebook, and then you have splinters of those group chats, and that just happened to be one of those splinters. Originally was the five of us, and that was just it. We were just talking all day, every day, because we got fuck all else to do because it was lockdown, and then we just bonded over that.
And then that's how it kind of went. Like we could actually translate this to wrestling. Like.
Yeah, pretty much. We found a shared passion. We were all already working. So it just went from there. And we could probably make a go of this. This could be a thing.
Okay, and when did it originally debut?
Fuck, good question. I don't think I remember. I think it might have been a tag match. I'd probably have to go on Cage Match and double check if I'm honest.
Yeah, because I'm looking to look, because obviously they say Cage Match is very ropey when it comes to us at most things anyway.
Yeah.
Let me have a look for the gander of it. So let's see what they class as your first match as a tag team. Carnage tag team titles, BDK, Bevan and Bishop.
Yeah, I think that's when they took the tag belts.
Yeah, that's what they're classing as the original match. But
I think I had a tag match not long after that.
Okay, so obviously we're out of pandemic now. When did you know you were going to start wrestling again?
I might drop a minute on this, but Twig messaged me. He had a couple of in-house shows that were being recorded to go out to kind of get the buzz back because we were coming out of lockdown by then. I think the first proper show back was in the August, which was the bank on it, the match, the fucking
ladder
match. But I think the July he did two in-house no crowd shows that were just being filmed so he could build buzz around the product to get people ready for that show. I did a singles match and a triple threat match that aren't anywhere on Cage Match because I don't think they ended up ever getting released. But they were good warm-up matches, man. I really enjoyed them, to be fair. The triple threat was class. I never saw the footage of it either, which is a shame because I enjoyed those matches. So they were good to just kind of ease your way back into it. And then we went straight in with I think it was a 6 or 4-man ladder match we did.
Luke Basham, Eddie Cobain, Lucas Cashmere, Grayson, Keane, and Anderson. Yeah,
6-man ladder match. I took a one-winged angel off the ladder for the finish.
Jesus Christ!
For my finish, at least, it wasn't. I wasn't like on the top of the ladder
That's
kind of thing. No. It sounded like worse than it was. But to be fair, I was on Woody Anderson's shoulders, and again, brother's like 6'4", 6'5", like he's taller.
Might as well been up there.
I was climbing the ladder to try and get the case, and he kind of pops under and takes me off. And
welcome back.
I remember having to try and as he's setting the move up, I remember having to try and move the ladder out the centre of the ring. So I'm like, I'm not bumping on the edge of that. One-winged angel, and that was me at the match.
And then it was kind of like, so you were wrestling, it was mainly for APW for a few months, and then debuted for Wolfram.
Yeah, did a couple of matches for them. Oddly enough, none of them with Cal, despite the fact he booked Cal as well. Don't know why. I've questioned it.
He does.
Yeah, they're decent.
James was very much, he didn't follow the trend, did he? As in, like, he'd book stuff he wanted. It wasn't like stuff outside of the company.
No, it's never going to stop him. It was just odd that, like, he booked Cal, he booked Lucy, he booked me. He never booked us as a group or a tag or anything, which was odd. But it's not for me to question.
Yeah, I just looked at that card, and you're all there.
Was that the one where there was a card where we were all there and none of us were in the same match? And there was a card where I opened a tag match against Carla Samora and Cam Solace, and I tagged with Drill.
Yeah.
Which was odd because Cal was sat in the audience. I'm like, he's here. I know he's got his gear. Like, just.
You're doing this out of spite.
Tag team. Actual tag team.
Yeah, and Lucy was in a triple threat on that show as well, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah. It's even weirder. I'm like, just book it.
Make it happen. And then straight after that, you debuted for BCCW as well.
Yeah. So run started at BCCW. I don't remember the first match I had with them. I remember the second match I had. I don't remember.
Fatal 4-way.
Fatal 4-way. It was me, Luke Douglas, the judge, and it was Lucas Casimir.
Luke Basham.
Luke Basham. I think it was another Luke. Yeah, it was me, Basham, the judge, and Luke Douglas. The Fatal 4-way. And the second match was the singles with Eddie Cobain. Again, I really liked that match. I really enjoyed that.
Was that your first experience of the judge match wrestling-wise, or you wrestled him before?
Being in the ring with him, yeah. I'd seen him. I'd crossed paths on shows. I'd seen him wrestle. I knew who he was. I'd met him before. I'd never been in the ring with him. So yeah, that was the first time being in the ring with the judge.
He's one of those people that has, like, there's so many stories off the judge. So he's just wrestled the judge.
Yeah. I've been in there with him since as well, and yeah.
And then you kind of like he's funny. He's a funny guy as well. As I like him. I saw him at Wrestling Hinckley. You were at the Christmas show. In my head, I feel like you were there. Were you there? This literally in December.
The Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
I was in the Rumble.
Yeah, in my head, I'm sure you were there. But yeah, Sweet Justice. Love Sweet Justice.
Yeah, because it was a Hinckley No Moments crossover.
Yeah. And yeah, so you kind of like you branched out a lot straight after COVID. You got BCCW, APW still there. You were wrestling for Kamikaze, still wrestling Lee Hunter in a pre-show match.
It was a main roster. Yeah, that was a good one. It was on the main Kamikaze show. He did 2 pre-shows because he wanted to start getting the dojo guys back on, like pushing them up on the board, because it was George Lydon and Brandon Jordan and me and Lee Hunter. Yeah. I did that. Despite the fact it was only 7 minutes long, I would have loved to have been in there longer with him. But
yeah, Lee Hunter's just incredible, especially now while his BCCW run now is it makes no sense in my head.
His run anywhere has been incredible. Like he's just one of those guys who gets wrestling and does what he does very, very, very well.
Yeah, it's bizarro world in BCCW though. Like the one place that Lee Hunter should be a face. In Tipton.
You're in the centre of Tipton.
It's like, when I first went, and I was like,
they've turned him heel for the better part of a year just to build up the massive face Jim Hunter return.
Oh, that return was incredible.
I was so happy to be there for that. I was so happy to be there for that.
And I'm glad it wasn't a one-off either. Like, he's actually just there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so happy he's back.
But yeah, you were wrestling around Future. You debuted for Future Wrestling as well at that point.
Future was that April. No, we were in the January. I wrestled Brandon Brooks.
You did?
Yeah, I wrestled Brandon Brooks in singles match. That was really fun. We went down to help out in an October show that Cal and Lucy were on, and we helped out. We literally got stuck in, and after it, it was the partner of the promoter. Word got back to him because he was at a different show and just went, these guys were class. Fuck them. Sick.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're answering the questions I'm about to ask. That's kind of about how you're getting involved in that. And then you've become like a mainstay for No Mercy as well. How did you want to go? Is that the Bevan effect with that? Is it? When I asked the question, I was like, "That's stupid." I was saying it out loud, and I went, "Hold on, Bevan runs that. That's stupid. That's a stupid question."
Yeah, the last time I heard that, the better, because like, I have to do that one. Like, to be fair, my mate's booking me. I don't want to be that guy, but my mate's booking me. I'm still grateful for the bookings, don't get me wrong. I've had some fucking good matches, but...
Nah, it was all for your talent, MJ. It's all for your talent.
Look, he still booked me. Like, if I was putting on stinkers, even my mate wouldn't book me.
Bevan's credible as well. He's been on the show. He's like physically, he's like a tank. It makes
like a pitbull.
Yeah.
He's like a Rottweiler. Like, he's like a smaller Rottweiler. Like, I've said this a lot about him. Like, you would not think he has been wrestling as long as he has. He started just before COVID, and he has no right to be as good as he is for someone who's been wrestling that long.
Yeah, I thought he was wrestling for years, but yeah, it's insane how good he is.
He hasn't. I've said it before. He has no right to be that good for someone who's been wrestling. Maybe I think when he started No Mercy, because I think it was like 2019 he started, and then COVID hit, and then he came out the other side of COVID, and like he's still fucking phenomenal for someone who's been working that amount of time. Unreal. You'd think he'd been working as long as like 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah, the proper ones that have been around for a while. Yeah, he doesn't show that he's like I said he's a newer guy.
No, absolutely not. He's the oldest of the group, and he's been wrestling the least amount of time with the group, and you just can't tell.
Which is perfect, isn't it? Like, if you can get away with that, that's like the best thing you can.
Absolutely.
And then at this point, you were getting a lot of title opportunities. That's the word I wanted. I don't know how to mix that. So King of the Division Gauntlet match, which Regan ended up winning.
Yeah, Regan won that in the end.
66-minute match.
Yeah, but I was in it for like 5. So.
You could have lied to me there, and I was in it for 65 minutes of it. I was screwed.
The Gauntlet match, there was like 6 other people in there. Like, I was in it for maybe 10 minutes. I don't even think I was in there with Regan. I think I was in there with Bastion.
I have a question. The Juggernaut. There's a wrestler called the Juggernaut.
PWL guy.
Is who?
It's PWL guy. Yeah.
Ah, okay. I just did the Juggernaut. It's just like all I can picture is Vinnie Jones.
PWL.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
To be fair, pretty much, brother's about 5'10" tall and about 5 foot wide. He's huge. But again, like he's built like a brick shit house. He's bodybuilder big.
Brick, yeah. It's like
stacked. His next PWL guy, I want to try and get back into it. New Mart from his time in PWL, and got an opportunity, and then did the match. Maybe realised it wasn't for him. I haven't really seen much of him since.
Yeah, because I said, that's the first time I've kind of seen him referenced. That's all. And then you had a tag team opportunity at Main PW as well, which was yourself, BDK, yourself and Vesca.
Yeah. We were kind of chasing those tag titles for most of 2022. A little bit in 2023 as well. We were kind of after those titles. Never really materialised. I mean, plans aren't on the cards. They're not on the cards. It is what it is. But hopefully, 2024, we can kind of show Twig that we deserve a shot in.
Yeah, because you said you're building everywhere. You don't go by BDK in some places that you are more known as Devil Rejects.
So BDK's all 4 of us. Yeah. Devil's Rejected me and Cal.
Okay, yeah. I think that's what Tageman froze with it. Yeah, I think that's what, because they just can't, them 2 are together, let's put them BDK in here. But yeah, good Devil's Rejects.
BDK's the group. Devil's Rejects.
Is Devil Rejects a reference to the film?
Yes.
Which is an incredible film. It's probably one of my favourite horrors.
Not the best out of the trilogy. Actually, I might say it is the best out of the trilogy, to be fair. It's 3 from Hell.
It's my favourite out of the trilogy.
Yeah. I will say it's the best out of the trilogy.
The end is just perfect.
We were thinking of tag names. We're both Rob Zombie fans and just went, we'll just go with the Devil's Rejects. Yep, sick. Yeah. And we also use Rob Zombie as our entrance music.
Makes sense perfectly.
Pretty much.
And then you said like it was Kamikaze. You kind of get into a run of that where you were going into the title picture as well. Obviously,
Oh, yeah, I did a couple of matches with George. I did that triple threat with Reese, and then we had the singles match after.
Yeah, got screwed a few times during that run, if I remember.
I went on a massive losing streak at Kamikaze. I went on a big old losing streak, but it's one of them. It's just, you play the hand you give them. I didn't need to win. I'm there to put the people over on the heel. It's what I do. The triple threat came about really well. I love the triple threat because talking about the Roulette Rumble earlier, I knew the final four was going to be me, Luke Douglas, Doris, and Chantel.
Yeah.
We don't know who's over. Oh, yeah, go away. I love you, go away.
My cat's exactly like that.
She orders me out in my face until I feed her. So we don't know who's over. We just know we're the final four. We get to the final four. We still haven't been told who's over. So literally, as we're all dying in the corner, ready to do that big final four standoff, I grab out the ref and I'm like, I'd find out who's over for me. He comes back and he goes, Doris is over. Don't tell him. I'm like, fucking, how's that going to work? We do the match. We carry on. We crack on. We start going. I'm working Chantel, and the next thing I see is Doris fly over the top rope and just go, fuck. So they run a spot. I think it had already got back to him somehow that he was over because the next thing I know, they do a whole thing where like it was the elimination didn't count because Luke Douglas had already been eliminated and therefore that elimination couldn't count because Luke was out of the match, etc. etc. I don't know. I was too busy getting kicked the fuck out by Chantel.
As usual, yeah.
As usual. But then what happens is obviously I throw Chantel out because I know the race is over. But what I don't know is the Reese has been told I'm over. Because when James sees the Reese get eliminated, he calls on the fly to one of the refs, fuck, put Mitch over. I'm like, oh, it's saying. None of this gets back to me. So me and Reese are the last two. As far as I'm concerned, he's supposed to win. And as far as he's concerned, I'm supposed to win. Neither of us know this information. And we end up literally on the apron trading. Bam, you're over. Bam, no, you're over. Bam, you're no. Bam, bam. Eventually,
arguing about who's going to win.
No, not even that. It's like we're trying to fucking like you're supposed to be winning this. No, you're supposed to be winning this. I'm like, but it's Doris. He's the more experienced person. He's the vet. He hits me. I drop off. He wins the match. But I cause a stinking kayfabe. So I'm like, the ref comes back over. He's like, cut a promo. Like. Here's my cup on there, you can screw yeah. And then it led to the triple threat match. Not my best showing. I could have done better in that match, to be fair. I was off my game that night. But I enjoyed the singles match with George a lot. He was on my list of people to wrestle for a while, and I really enjoyed that match.
Yeah, George, as I said with Amari, George is a freak of a wrestler.
Same kind of level, man. He's like, I don't know if I can do it, and then boom, nails it. I'm like, He's just one of those people who gets wrestling. He just naturally understands it. He's got the athleticism. He's got the innate just ability to pick it up. And you just go, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and he's humble. That's what I like about him. He's not like he knows he's good, but he's not like a dick about it.
He ain't gonna make a thing about it. Yeah. He hasn't got it. He won't mention any of it, and then he'll bust out a fucking 450, and you're like, okay. Phoenix Splash was the one he was working on. He just hits it. I'm like,
and it's like, that'll do.
Sick.
And then moving on from that, you wrestle in Hinkley as well. You kind of progressed to that as well.
Yeah, it was good. So obviously I'd known TJ for a while as well, and then he wanted to start bringing me and Callum as a tag team. I was like, absolutely, not a problem at all. He was one of the shows that I've been wanting to get on for a while because I knew some of his guys already. Obviously through like Fight Club, as far back as Fight Club. Some of them were already at Camp Kazi, and it was good to get in there and work for a fresh crowd.
No, definitely. And then you said you were branching out a lot. Like I said, you got Future, you got No Mercy, you got APW, Kamikaze. At that point, mainstays in a lot of them as well. It's not like just one-offs. Like what I like about it is it's not just like all these shows you back again.
I cannot be more thankful for, which is genuinely, because it's not so much that like a promotion has gone, here you go, we'll give you a chance. Okay, that was great. Bye. Like, it's nice that these guys have put stock in me as a wrestler to have me back. And I think that doesn't get stated enough, that, you know, it's not so much to go out and put on a good match, but to put on a match to a level where the promoter will go, yeah, I'll see you next month. Like, that's awesome, because it means I know I'm doing a decent job. For them to be able to want to bring me back. I know I'm always at the point where I know I can do better. I absolutely know I can do better. But the fact that promotions have kept me around means at least I'm doing good.
Oh, definitely. I took your on, as you know, from my ratings. You've had many matches of the nights from me. And then there's one match tonight I really want to discuss, because you got to wrestle Chris Ridgway.
Oh, man.
Which is insane.
That was an absolute fucking dream match. If you've ever seen me wrestle, you will know that Chris is a big inspiration for me. We have very, very similar backgrounds. We're both martial artists in the same discipline. We're both very inspired by like junior heavyweight and catch wrestling, and we're very he was a big inspiration. I actually remember I was sat in KFC after a Wrestle Island show with it was me, Cal, Lucy, Kingsley, Act 2, Hustle Malone. I think there's a couple of other people there as well. And I got the message through from James. It was like, I've got you in, I think it was in November, Frostbite AC, free Frostbite. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, of course. What you need? It's like, cool. Me against Chris Ridgway. I just went, oh my god! Like it is up there on like top 5 graphics I never thought I would ever see me run. Like hands down. Like I shit the bed in the match. I'm not gonna lie. Like I absolutely let the pressure of that match get to me. Again, I don't think it wasn't a bad match, but when you consider he was coming off the back of wrestling George in the absolute fucking classic that they put on.
That was an incredible match.
Like, I was never going to top that. But it was just unfortunately one of those moments where I let the pressure get to me and couldn't get out of my head who I was in there with. And I even spoke to him after the match about it, and he's like, he did give me some really good advice on it. Also, Lucy is the person who's hit me the second hardest, and Ridgway's by far the first. Good God.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah. When we were putting the match together, it's like, yeah, we'll hand fight, we'll have a bit of a mess around. I'll give you the inside leg kick just to set the tone. I'm like, yeah, we'll maybe give you another one, then we'll lock up and go. And he gave me that first inside leg kick. I fucking cringed. Oh my God.
I
was like, this is the bar. Like, he's hitting me in the inside of the thigh, and this stings like a motherfucker. Like, we've got to go like chest and stuff yet.
And I stage when I first saw it, I thought your leg was going to detach. It
was rough, man. The thing that bugs me, like, if I was ever given the opportunity to run that match back, I would snatch it with both hands, because I know for a fact I could do a better job now. I could absolutely do a better job.
He's always opportunities, though. He's always around BCW. He's becoming a mainstay again.
It's the matches. Like, I know I've already wrestled him, but I was in a position where I shit the bed because I just couldn't get over the pressure of wrestling him. I did it with the first time I wrestled the Hunters as well. It's a similar thing. And I know for a fact if I could do it again, I could do so much better.
Such a deal. Somebody like the pressure of having someone like him. Because obviously, was this just as he was going to Noah as well, or is this?
He's already been
Noah and Stinger and stuff like that.
Noah, so yeah, he was coming out to like the Stinger music and everything. He'd already had like the JHC tag belts. Yeah. He'd already been like JHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Champ.
So good, Chris Ridgway. Yeah, you just couldn't speak about Chris Ridgway.
I think he just lost the Progress title. It was either just before or just after he was Progress champion as well. Like, I was wrestling him at like fucking peak Ridgway, and it was difficult not to fangirl. It was hard not to fangirl.
Peak Ridgway. Yeah. He's just he's one of them guys. He's just like,
it's another level, man.
Insane.
Absolute other level. He fucking lives and breathes wrestling, and you can tell.
he's the one of these people that you have to respect it as well. Like, he won't take, like, obviously I don't know him personally or anything like that, but he's one of these people that seems like if you don't respect wrestling, he didn't respect you kind of person.
No, but he's chill as fuck. Like, genuinely, he chill as fuck. He gives off that aura of, like, a silent badass protagonist. Like, he's genuinely really down to earth. He was such a nice guy to plan with. He was such a nice guy to chat to.
Probably good for you though, isn't it? If he was like that backstage,
it really alleviates a lot of pressure. Yeah. But like, it's hard to like get out that tunnel vision, because I still remember standing in the kamikaze ring as he's walking through the ring. I just have to be in my own head going, like, just take 30 seconds to appreciate what's about to happen. Like, it's the dream match. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then I had a little bit of a smile to myself. I'm like, okay, pre-match moment, sick. And then my mind went blank. And then I blacked out.
Oh, no.
I remember fuck all until getting backstage with him after. Well, it was an all right match, but again, it's one of those where you can tell I wasn't on my A game. Which is a shame. But it's at the same time, if it were to ever materialise again, it wouldn't happen again.
It's always possible. Wrestling. And you know, this channel, just throwing out there, we make dreams come true.
I hear we started working around Tipton again.
Yeah, we make dreams come true. Gary J said he wanted to wrestle Masato Tanaka, and then 3 months later he was booked against him. Antonio Gonzalez said, I'd want to get hit by a strimmer. Next match, he got hit by it 8 times by Big Joe.
For the record, I absolutely do not want to get hit by a strimmer.
The best thing ever. He went, I'd like to take a strimmer shot. Big Joe hit him 8 times with it. He was like, I don't want to take a strimmer shot. I'm good. So dreams come true. Chris Ridgway with a strimmer. Anyway. But yeah, and then obviously, talking of tag team titles, you won the future tag team titles.
Yeah. June last year. It was supposed to be April, but I was on holiday.
Wow.
Genuinely, we were supposed to pick up in the April, but I already got a holiday booked and I couldn't do it. We cut the whole promo with like Gabriel Lee filling in for me, because he was like trying to be in the BDK kind of guy. Bless him. I fucking love that story, and the culmination of that story was glorious. So we ended up getting him in June, ran with them till the December, just gone.
Yeah, and lost them, unfortunately, to Act 2. They were fantastic.
Lost them to Act 2. Circle of Life. Like, I wrestle those guys all day, every day, man. They are going to fucking blow up. Like, they had a really good year last year. They have got nothing but good things.
The matches he had at Kumite were incredible. Like, that's the first time I got to see them.
There's something else.
And then finally, I don't know if from your last match at the moment was in January, was it?
Against Forsaken.
I keep forgetting we're literally in January now. This match was 11 days ago. Last match was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, the years ago. She's Devil Rejects versus Forsaken, Joe Black and Regan.
Yeah. So hopefully it's going to be a good feud going forward. I think it was November at APW's last show last year. We cost them the tag belts, which obviously then feeds into the feud January, and then we went over dirty for the last match. So they've still got a claim for retribution, so to speak. They've still got that whole, the feud's still alive.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. And
they haven't beat us, but technically we haven't beat them clean. So
the beautiful heels, yeah.
I could do.
And you got any bookings that are announced so far at the moment that you can kind of plug out?
Not announced, but the calendar is filling up. There's going to be an announcement coming out. Hopefully it comes out soon. I don't know when Bevan's putting out the graphic for. I've seen the graphic for my match at No Mercy on the 28th. I'm not going to say it because it's not out as of time of recording. But I'm fucking excited for that match.
It's Chris Ridgway.
It's not. You'd already know if it was. I was told.
Yeah. I'm not going
It's on that level. It He's absolutely on that level. Yeah, I'm so happy. It's two guys. Oh, spoiler alert! It's a triple threat.
Oh, it's already getting.
Sorry, Beth. I'm not going to say who's in it, but they're two guys I'm very, very, very excited to be working.
That's nice. We need to. I know DP, one of our co-hosts, have got down to No Mercy. I need to actually try and get that myself.
Yeah,
From what I'm saying, it's very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Cannot recommend it enough.
And then before we let you go, we've adapted something new called the six-bat challenge, which is basically, I will mention 5-6 random people from your past, and it's just if you've got any kind of story or just a random, like, first thing that comes to your head, kind of thing.
Okay.
It's just general. It's not going to be scary.
No.
So, first one I want to bring up because I love him is Sean Devine.
Oh, Sean Devine, man. I was so happy when he came back. He's just got this natural kind of. He's always got a smile on his face.
Cheeky lad, I know. Yeah.
So happy when he came back to training because I know it took a while. Like after COVID, he kind of petered out and disappeared, and then towards the middle end of 2023, when he showed up back at the dojo, I'm like, I'm so fucking glad he's back. So yeah, and man's got in good shape as well. He's looking good. He's moving like he never left. So hopefully we'll be seeing him around this year.
Yeah,
I'm so glad he's back in this thing.
Yeah, I saw him at Bridge Pro Wrestling in like a 5-man tag, 10-man tag, 5-man tag. And yeah, he's very leaned out.
Yeah, I'm very happy he's back.
Yeah, love Sean.
It's particularly good to be backstage. He's such a happy, he's always got a smile on his face. He's always got a story. I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad mood. So he's always good to have in a locker room.
He was part of one of my favourite drunken moments, Sean Devine. Did you ever get to know Liam Doyle?
Nah.
Pre-chemical. We went to see Rev Pro where it was like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kurt Angle. And we went out on the night and we were playing pool where I was completely smashed. Playing Liam Doyle. And basically, he kept potting balls and then he'd turn around and I'd just put the ball back on the table. And that went on for about an hour. And he went to Sean, I keep potting the ball, I can't win. He was that drunk, he still couldn't fathom that. He was potting the ball, but I can't win. And eventually I won after an hour, because I'm terrible at pool anyway.
You're rude not to.
And then he shot me under a good game, mate. And I was like,
one of the best spots I've seen Sean do was a Roulette Rumble when he was a surprise entrant because he came in, headbutted everyone, did a stunner, and then realised he'd sat on his bags.
Absolutely gutted. Next up, RC Chaos.
Oh, man. I don't think there's Mr. Rock the fucking Night. I don't think there is anyone funnier than Rob. Like, he's so quick-witted. It is unreal.
He's got that cheeky laugh as well, when he just says
yes. Like, and he doesn't mince his words either, man. He'll tell you exactly. Like, he'll probably find a funny way to do it, but he'll tell you how he feels. Like some of the road trips we've had. Yeah, man. And again, just as soon as, because obviously I tagged with him when we were doing Baggeridge. Like, he got me in at FCW. And he didn't have to. He got me in at FCW, and then we tagged, and then COVID hit, and FCW folded, and then you realise, we knew he was going to start his own promotion because we chatted outside of wrestling, and as soon as he said he was starting his own promotion, he's like, I've got stuff for you. I'm like, yeah. Again, he was another guy who didn't have to take a shot on me, but did, and that's something I'll always be grateful for as well.
A guy that's he's retiring and just retired, Joey Scott.
Joey Scott, man. I wish I'd spoken to Joey Scott more, if I'm honest. He is, I don't want to say he's underrated because I think people know how good he is, but he is fucking surprisingly good. He won't say he's got cardio for days because he'll say he's blown to fuck, but he has got cardio for days, or maybe it's just one's terrible. Or he's really good at hiding it, but he can fucking go. Like, he will go. He's, humble as fuck. And, probably should have spoken to him more when I was at shows and had the chance, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah, like from what I've seen, because I didn't get to see him that much. He went to his more East Midlands.
Yeah, so it was obviously full force, like up that way. When he was doing that, and then obviously Hinkley and Kamikaze are the main times I've seen him. But yeah, like he can fucking go. Like he will pull out shit you don't expect.
No, guy's incredible. And then a couple of them you already spoke about. We've spoke about Act 2, which was one I was going to bring up. So the last one we'll go with someone that you've wrestled quite a lot and kicks the shit out of you quite a lot. Chantal Jordan.
She's Shan. Yeah, she kicked the fuck out, man.
And she loves
she's yeah, absolutely. You can tell she does. I mean, to be fair, who doesn't want to pay to see me get the shit kicked out of me? Who doesn't want to pay to see me get the shit kicked out of me by a girl half my size?
But she doesn't kick like she's half your size, does she? So.
Nah. To be fair, yeah, she's definitely like the top 5 of people who've hit me the hardest, easily.
Love wrestling that you can have a list like that.
Fucking yeah, man. She's definitely
Lucy Lee, Chantal.
Yeah. To be fair though, so those matches like that, when I first started, I couldn't take a hit to save my fucking life because I've never been hit properly. Yeah. But you do those matches and then they do it's a bit counterintuitive, but they do toughen you up. I can definitely take a hit better now than I could in 2017, 2018.
Imagine Chris Ridgway hitting you in 2017.
As much as I want the match, I know it's still going to fucking hurt if I ever wrestle him again, even if it was 2027. Like, Jesus, but actually not 2027. I'll be nearly 40.
And he'd probably still be in his prime.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but Chantal's class. Chantal's class. Well, she's always really quiet, is the thing. So, like, story-wise outside of wrestling, I don't really have many because, again, she was dead quiet.
Yeah, she keeps herself to herself. Yeah,
I'm the same at shows, to be honest. Like, I don't ever want to be that guy that's misconstrued as like arrogant or awkward. I'm just shit in social situations. I'm just really fucking socially awkward.
I'm the same, to be fair. Like, people I'll speak to people on air and then I'll agree and I go, all right.
Yeah. I'm just really awkward in front of people I don't know that well. So, yeah, I kind of get that a little bit. So I'm kind of the same. I keep myself to myself a bit.
The final thing we ask on every show, which technically you're not allowed to say Chris Ridgway because you've already done this. We have a dream match that's with someone that's still wrestling, and then someone that has either passed away / retired.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Dream match with someone who is currently wrestling would either be Katsuyori Shibata or John Gresham.
Good grief.
Either or. They're timed, man. Like, they're tired.
I'd love a
Shibata and Gresham are like, Shibata and Gresham are like 2 of my biggest inspirations. Next, maybe to Bala or Malachi Black.
You need to look into that pure wrestling that's coming up.
Looked into it, man. I've already seen it. I've already seen who they're talking about signing, and I'm fucking excited for it. And if Gary sees this, please don't be surprised if I send him an MV, because that is very much right up my street.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking massive pure wrestling fan. Like, junior heavyweight and pure are like my 2 favourite styles of wrestling.
Yeah, that kind of RG8's one of my favourites as well. That DP as well. Like people like Zack Sabre Jr. as well. That kind of catcher's cast, like where you can just catch someone in the submission. Oh.
This is the thing. Coming from like I said, I've come from a legit background. I've done many martial arts. So yeah, when the style of wrestling is based in that, then I'm as far as dead, I don't.
Or retired.
Know.
Yeah, it's
or retired. Yeah. Okay, or retired. Is Shibata retired? No, Shibata's still going.
No, he was pure champion AEW recently, wasn't he? Ring of Honor, whatever.
Yeah, like I said, pure champ.
Bob Backlund.
I'm saying Triple H, man. Like you said, it's a dream match. I'm going to shoot for the fucking star. Triple H. Like, he was.
What era?
He was 2000.
Oh, yeah. Prime.
That was when I grew up. Like, that's when I was watching Triple H, and I was like, oh, this guy's a prick. But when you go back and watch it as an adult and go, he was fucking phenomenal. He was a dick, but he had to be a dick. That's what he was booked as. But you watch his work, and it was class. Yeah. 2000 deal with Triple H, man. That'd be the dream retired opponent.
So you've heard it here first. That's what you're going to be having this year. We make dreams come true. Obviously, it's not going to be 2000 Triple H. I don't have a time machine. But
Yeah, I'll say, get a fucking time between, man.
yeah, he wrestles in Saudi Arabia. You can wrestle in Saudi Arabia. But we've had your Instagram down below. Is there any other things you want to plug before we let you go?
Just the promotions I've already mentioned. We've talked about already. APW, Wrestling in Hinkley, No Mercy, Future. All the guys the guys that have given me chances. BCCW. The guys that have kept booking me, giving me repeat bookings. So I'm going to have to plug them. And if I have missed anyone, I do apologise. But yeah, other than that, not at the minute. Like I said, my next match coming up on the 28th of when is it the 28th? When's the next Sunday?
It is 28th is a Sunday. 21st, 28th. Yeah.
It is Sunday the 28th. No Mercy, and hopefully the graphic will be out that soon because I'm fucking buzzed for that match. So yeah, fingers crossed.
There you go. Check it out. Get the tickets. So as usual, like and subscribe. Yeah, well, and from what you said, I'm expecting it to be a fantastic match. From what you're hinting at, yourself, Chris Ridgway versus Zack Sabre Jr. It's going to be a fantastic match.
Jesus Christ!
You just sitting in the corner watching them, just like
yeah. I'll just let them do their thing and just like.
Now let me pin one of you.
Stay out of it.
Yeah.
It's a triple threat. If you do it as an elimination, I'll get myself eliminated and just watch the rest. It's fine.
Hopefully. Anyway, like and subscribe. Instagram, follow him on Instagram. His Twitter will be down there. Check out the graphics for No Mercy and stuff like that. And, well, yeah, you're not. But
follow me on Instagram. I'm active on Instagram. Not
Twitter, on
Facebook,
Instagram.
not much.
Ignore his Twitter. It's going to be there, but ignore it.
It's there. I post occasionally. I'm not too fussed about it. Instagram's the one.
So that's the end of this. So thank you for once coming back on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
It's been at least a year, I'm sure it has. Yeah,
easily. Yeah, if not more.
No, it probably is more thinking about it because it was triple threat. It might have been the triple threat you're actually previewing.
Yeah, the preview show might have been that triple threat with George and Doris. Cammy Love you.
Yeah, because I think we discussed the Carl shenanigans.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. That was fun. That was on, yeah.
We'll have to get you back on soon, and we're doing a lot of stuff like Wrestle Connect. I don't know if you're good at quizzes.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, don't know if you're any good at quizzes.
But I'll try. As long as it's WWE between 1999 and 2001, maybe.
Alex Connors is very good with doing that, so yeah, there's a chance. But yeah, that's goodbye from me, everyone.
Bye from me as well.
Oh, yeah.